Yo everyone, it's Clement. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing Turkey, no move. Turkey is actually one of my favorite countries. I really like the diversity in how you can reach and guess the country. There's just so much to look for. Whether it's landscapes, mountains, architecture, like agriculture, but also kilometer wise. Like you also have the track coverage, but now it's mostly blurred, so not really using much there. But yeah, I mean different seasons as well. So much stuff to look at. So it is a pretty cool country, and there's not really much YouTube content available actually about Turkey. I'm not even really sure if there's like maybe Zigzag made a video at some point, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I thought I really wanted to make like a little Turkey session. So let's get started. And yeah, also don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. Yeah, here we have a bollard with ABB written on it. I think logically ABB should just be Ankara, so I think KBB is Konya. So it looks pretty open for Ankara. Like doesn't really look that much like Ankara, to be honest. Like usually you can kind of see some major cities somehow, but not really here. So let's try a bit further south. Okay, it's just a bit more west. Yeah, interesting. It's actually fairly close to some suburbs, but okay, here we have a provincial road number, I guess. I think you can definitely learn the first two digits, which are specific to provinces, but I mean, that's just like one of the most annoying things to learn. I actually did try to learn it at some point, but I just never used it, so completely forgot. But yeah, 18 is gonna, like you have, I think you have like 70 or 80, maybe a bit more. Yeah, between 70 and 90, I'm not really sure. Provinces, and these typically go in the alphabetical order, apart from the 20 last, but so yeah, this is probably something like C. I'm not sure if it's like Chorum or Chankiri or something like this, but yeah, otherwise landscape wise, not really sure actually how to say it. We have no car. That's not really landscape, but it looks like fall coverage or spring. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, probably more spring. And with the C, maybe it is like Chankiri. What else can it be? Chanakari. Could see it. I thought this kind of landscape with the unique mountain formations. I don't really know how you called it, with like the dry patches and green and yeah, more dry like mix. I thought that's more common near Ankara in general. So let's just try Shankiri. Yeah, it was just that. So kind of still, even though I don't know most of them, like I kind of have an idea of where the seas are and that kind of stuff, and that's already pretty good. Like because you can rule out, of course, using that. So that is quite good. Okay, this looks very developed. Definitely have more of a Western kind of architecture here. And yeah, actually some pretty big houses. We also have metal poles, which you have quite a bit of in European Turkey actually. You also have it a lot in the eastern half of the country, like east of Kayseri, Ankara basically. But yeah, do I go... I probably would lean more like Izmit, Sakarya kind of area here, but I mean, it could just be Istanbul, let's see. Ah, it's Sili. Yeah, sure. I guess the hills were south, that does make sense. But I mean, the north coast of Istanbul is not exactly the most developed place. Like, if you look at this, Sili is definitely the largest town, so yeah. Again, we have the same 23 coverage. We do have white car. And yeah, whether or not you have the antenna, you can't really use in Turkey. That's very random. So don't try to map that. Some people have mapped it before, and I think they mostly wasted their time. But you would, I mean, of course you can't know this stuff before it's been mapped, like you have to try. Yeah, I thought this, we have some interesting chimneys. Now, I don't really know if this is regional in any way, but maybe some people know. Also the, is it mud brick, or how you call, like the material? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought it just looks like Konya. Yeah, probably going Konya. Interesting, huge mountains east and complete flatness west. So maybe something like here. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, I mean, I guess it really did look like Konya, but in Konya you have the mountains southwest, so like, yeah, I mean, had to find somewhere where mountains were east, I guess. Is this just Ankara? I mean, this is kind of the typical Ankara location, I think. We do have, I think we have tiles, maybe a mix. Here we definitely do. And it's just like super rolling, even kind of mountainous. And like a big city with lots of high rises and sometimes also skyscrapers in the central part of Turkey. So I think Ankara is the most logical place to guess here. And if it's not Ankara, then I mean, we have no car 23 as well. That's, I think no car in general is almost never gonna be east of Ankara. Like pretty rarely, maybe. Yeah, I don't really know where you would get it, but it's definitely rather uncommon. Right, it's quite common west of Ankara in general. So yeah, it can be useful sometimes. But yeah, I think we have a skyscraper southwest as well. See. Yeah, we're a bit further north, that makes sense. That's a pretty great seed. I mean, unfortunately, the first round I kind of lost a bit of points there. I could have gotten almost 23k if I made, like, if I guessed downtown Ankara. So, right, guys, so with that first seed, unfortunately I didn't reach the leaderboard, but, you know, if I had clicked the middle of Ankara on that first round, I would have gotten leaderboard there, definitely, which is pretty cool on the first seed. But yeah, as you can see, the highest score is very, very high, and it's GeoClement, of course. But yeah, Turkey is the kind of country that very few people really master. I mean, GeoClement is one of the rare person to do so, if not the only one, like to really, really master it. Even though it is probably, like you could probably be really, really good at Turkey if you put in the time, you know, the same way some people have become really, really good at like Canada, Brazil, Peru, these kind of countries. And I think Turkey, people kind of underestimate how large it is because, like, from one side to the other, it's definitely 1500 kilometers or something. But I guess it's because usually most people already have kind of a good idea that they're going to be more west or more east within the country, while, you know, bigger, like, South American countries or American countries in general, you can more easily have pretty dangerous 50-50s, you know, that are quite far away. But yeah, moving into this round, a lot of snow on the mountains. It's very deep winter coverage, and it's Gen 3 as well. Have snow-capped mountains in every direction. That's pretty cool. But yeah, not too sure. I thought like this kind of coverage is just common in the like southwest of the country in general. You have a lot of like snowy coverage. I think maybe I'll just try like Sparta and we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit more north. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, Sparta has a lot of Gen 4, but I still think you can also have some Gen 3 left like this. But yeah, we have no car here. No car being more common in Ankara and more west, as I said. I do think this is a pretty good looking round for Ankara. Does it say ABB? It maybe does, yeah, on the board. And yeah, it's just rather western architecture as well, the red tiles. And early spring coverage is also something that happens quite a lot in Ankara, and also in like Bilecik and Sakarya and stuff. So yeah, we're all quite happy to Ankara here. Yeah, it's just north. Okay. So here we have some rocks, but they don't really. I mean, it's not really the same as the volcanic stones we had before. These are more like random rocks. Definitely not like the same color and stuff. We also have a more traditional, like, how do you say this form, like a triangle shaped roof, I guess, with like the metal gray roof. Um, yeah, this type of architecture, like very gray houses with metal roof, something typical for the Lake Van region and more north, I suppose. And what do we see here? It's completely unvegetated, like it's very much steppes. Um, and yeah, again, the like Lake Van architecture. So I guess I like somewhere slightly north of Lake Van here. I don't really see anything to help us. I mean, the rocks are interesting. Like it could be, yeah, it could be all the way up near cars. I'm not really sure how to get this, anyways. So yeah, let's just go here. It's actually quite far west. Yeah, that's not a very easy round, but yeah, with the complete lack of vegetation, I would just usually go quite far east. So yeah, here we have a western roof with some fruit trees, probably, or yeah, something like that. Mm, divided road on the construction. Yeah, this is. It's not super easy actually. It's like I'm saying Western architecture, but I'm not really sure. It's just because we have red tiles, but it could be. It could actually be metal, like a red metal sheet. It's a bit hard to see if it's actually tiles. Because then we have this, like a flat house, and it also looks really dry. And here again, we have houses that could have metal sheet, could also be tiles. So I was considering something like these kind of roads could also be more like near Adana. Yeah, I've definitely seen roads like this around here, I think. But yeah, I just hope it's not like northern Adana. Let's see. Okay, it's Konya. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I probably guessed deep in the mountains there. But this is just very strange. Like, why is this Gen 3 of all places? Konya has so much Gen 4. But yeah, that's how Turkey works. Here we have kind of a typical eastern highway with no divider in the middle, just 4 lanes and just paint in the middle to divide. We also have the mesh poles and stuff, like the metal poles, more common east. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, there's a few places this could be for sure. It looks super dry. And yeah, 22 unfortunately is not really a big help here. I think we have a metal grey roof, so typically northeastern. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll just try like here, but maybe it's more north. I don't know if this is line upable whatsoever. Let's try here. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. That's a nice find. Okay, pretty decent game there. We only missed really like the Erzurum round, but weren't too far anyways. Next seed. Okay, we have 22 coverage again. Not really my favorite coverage. It's kind of the divided divided highway coverage. Shit, it's raining a ton. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, red tiles, and I guess we have cedar trees probably. It looks super dry. Yeah, I mean, cedar trees happen the most in like the southern mountain range. Mostly, like where you have them the most is north of Mersin, but can happen a lot, like all the way from Isparta to Kermanmaraş, I guess. And you can also have them more north, like not really the best tree, especially when they're planted like this, like on the property. But yeah, here we have red tiles, and yeah, so I thought somewhere like Sparta here could be good. Sparta or just Konya maybe, I'm not too sure. Yeah, this is a pretty difficult round, but again, the red tiles should at least put us somewhat west. I should like a mountain round like this. So yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah, I mean decent guess there. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of bait area. Like I never. I mean, it's not that it's bait, but I just never think about it there, to be honest. Yeah, next round we have some pickup truck coverage, which is pretty cool road. It's very deep canyon-like thing. I think this is definitely quite far northeast. We do have some snow and stuff, but yeah, I think I would just go somewhere around here, call it a day. Yeah, it's even a bit more northeast, but it's kind of how it goes when it's just like deep mountain round like that. I think in general it's just good to send all the way near by board. I mean, you can also have deep mountains like north of Adana, but those look a bit different there. We have no car 23, and this time doesn't look like Ankara at all. So I think maybe it's Sakarya. Sakarya is like, yeah, I guess I would call it maybe the most European looking part of Turkey in a strange way, because like actually European Turkey looks not too much like most of Europe, I would say, landscape wise at least. But here, like, I mean, looking at this in MPZ, I think a lot of people could go like Croatia or something. So yeah, that's why I think about it like this. Or Italy, like this house looks almost a bit Italian. But yeah, probably thinking Sakarya or Dush is also possible. Let's see. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it was Izmit, but nearby. I think we do have a fake copyright because we have no car. That's mostly 24 and 23, the no car stuff. But yeah, I think no car 24 you can actually have in Çorum and Kastamonu. So that's a little bit east of Ankara, I guess, but it's not too far. Yeah, this does look quite dry. We have like some poplar trees as well. But yeah, not too much to look at here. Mostly landscape guessing. I thought somewhere like Çorum could make sense. Also the fact that it's a small dirt road coverage that happens quite a lot in Çorum and not really too much in other provinces around it. So, but yeah, could it be ever Kastamonu? I mean, that would be a crazy dry Kastamonu, but I have seen stuff like that there, I think. But I would never go there on a round like this. Like, I'd always go Çorum. Could just be Ankara. It could also be, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, it's Safyan. Yeah, that's a hard round. I think that would be 23 probably. Yeah, it's 23. I mean, that's just a very dry round for here. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think that's just difficult to get. Like, you would have to just kind of know every year that it does get dry like that. Okay, this round we have white car 22. We have flat houses and like interesting ridges, like with the flat top, like flat rocky top like this, and lots of metal poles. I was thinking maybe Adiaman or Gaziantep area. Also have some fruit trees here, kind of reddish soil. Yeah, I think I like that shout. Yeah, maybe let's just try around here. Let's see. Okay, nice guess. It was actually Sanyorfa, but that's close enough. Alright guys, we'll be going for one last seed and hopefully try to have a chance at beating our record, but yeah, this one round doesn't really look great for doing that, but yeah, to be honest, I thought this just looks like Ankara adjacent kind of thing, like could be one of the neighboring provinces. Let's see. Yeah, it was a bit closer to Ankara, but this is fine. 282, that's the record. I was wondering if it's European Turkey. I'm a little bit washed in Turkish area codes, but I think it makes sense. Let's try Chorlu. Yeah, nice, okay. Was Cherkeskoy. We have some truck coverage here and like a cook pine, I guess, or something. It looks very nice, but it's also very Mediterranean, so it's definitely not gonna be Istanbul. I was thinking maybe here. Does it say? It says Izmir, I think, Büyükşehir Belediyesi. So I think it could be the whole province of Izmir. I think the truck coverage is mostly gonna be this peninsula, Karaburun kind of area, but yeah, let's try. Maybe it's just Çeşme, to be honest, when it looks like this. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just try here. Yeah, it was just Çeşme. I should have went there. It's like a super touristy town, so it makes sense. We have a very interesting landscape here. Looks, yeah, it looks very cold. I was thinking somewhere like Bilecik could make sense with this kind of vibe, but yeah, not too easy. I feel like it's just the kind of valleys you have in this kind of region, like sometimes also Bolu can be like this, but yeah, let's just try around here. Yeah, it was just Bolu. That makes sense. Okay, we're not gonna be able to beat our record, unfortunately, but could still get a good score. Have tiles, and yeah, not too much to say here, really. I mean, definitely looks quite northern, I think, even though yeah, it's a bit difficult to tell. I could see lots of different places here. Maybe even Samsun, but because we have like wooden. Is that a bus stop? Like an old bus stop, maybe? It just feels kind of, yeah, more northern to me. But yeah, maybe let's just try like Karabuk or something. Let's see. Yeah, it was just again the kind of douche boulder area. It makes sense. Okay, not too bad of a seed there. Yeah, hopefully you learned a few things about Turkey. Kind of a pretty cool country, I think, to region guess, and not really too easy either. Like you have to spend quite a bit of time to get a good feel of yeah, the different vibes in the country. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon for some more content. Thanks for watching.